Hey, how you doing today? I am doing great. I've just had kind of a different day again, but the weather here is beautiful. And I did an open house and it was, it was cool, right by the ocean. So that was kind of cool. Anyway, so today I am going to start reading on page 131, and this is going to be a very short reading because I'm trying to break it up in gaps where it works and makes it, makes makes some sense, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, so I'm starting on page 131, about two-thirds of the way down. A few more breaths are all I can manage with my runny nose. I choose to be real with myself. I close my eyes and cry out, God, what is it that is causing this flood of emotion? Another deep cleansing breath through both nostrils and an exhale with an open mouth and tongue sticking out, called lion's breath in Yogic Kingdom. The kid in me loves this, so I can imagine sticking my tongue out at the world. Freedom in life is what I dream of and cherish. When was the last time I felt any freedom? I'm sitting through this damn COVID-19 pandemic and unable to picture the day when I might be able to go on a road trip again. I'm just going to close my eyes and imagine my favorite road trip propelling me into a new life. Yeah, don't you love road trips? I absolutely love them. And I hate driving. I hate driving around the city. Like when I'm doing my real estate business and driving all over Jacksonville, which is huge, and it takes you, 40 minutes to get anywhere minimum. So I hate that kind of driving, but I love to do road trips. And I feel like what I love about road trips is that, you really get in the present moment. You're just into the moment of whatever's going by in the car and whatever the next stop is going to be. And, you're not thinking about all the things you think about when you're at home. So that anxiety and that stress that you have sometimes at home and the lack of freedom you feel at home, sometimes I feel like when I'm on a road trip, there's so much freedom. Like, you just feel all this freedom because you're not attached to anything. You're just in a car and you're just going, and you know where the destination is. You don't necessarily always take the same route that you think you're going to take due to maybe traffic or whatever. You just make a decision. Hey, I want to go this way instead of that way. And that's what is so cool about road trips. There's all that freedom. And I know in my life, I have not felt a lot of freedom. I really haven't. And I hope to get to that point of feeling more and more freedom in my life. Because the more of it I have, the more of it I enjoy. And there is a sense of freedom that you have just any kind of traveling, but road tripping especially. I have that. And even getting on a plane and going somewhere, it's just you and your suitcase. And there's nothing else. And there's just something about that fills the soul, that is just detached from all of those things that weigh heavy on your mind when you're at home. And I think everyone needs to have those times where you just get away and you don't have to deal with your reality, whatever that is in the moment. It doesn't have to be a horrible reality. It just needs to be, you need to have that space and that break to experience something totally different and out of your norm. So that's why I love road trips. And I fantasize about road trips a lot. That's something I think about a lot and wish for and imagine me doing, and this sort of thing. And I think, I think it goes back to just, I've always traveled a lot. Even as a kid, I traveled across the world. So it's nothing for me to just throw my stuff in a suitcase and go. And I know people who can never do that. They don't want to go away from home. And they don't feel comfortable away from home. But I think with all of the different things that I've experienced and I'm grateful for is the ability to adapt and do things like pick up and just go and not feel like, oh my God, you know? I mean, but instead have like a sense of freedom in it. And so I feel like, you know, even though I went through all this stuff as a child and everything else, if nothing else, it gave me that ability to adapt and be able to do things like that. And I sort of like it. I sort of like the freedom of it. So anyway, that's all I have to say tonight. I hope you're having a great time, whatever you're doing. And I hope you get some freedom in your life, you know, even for a moment. Sometimes all you need is a half an hour of freedom and you feel like a new person. I know I'm that way. If I just have a half hour to just do whatever I want, you know, I feel amazing afterwards. So I hope you get to have that time for yourself to do something that gives you that freedom. So anyway, I am grateful for you guys, and I know I say it every night and it may sound monotonous or whatever, but I truly do appreciate you guys. You know, all of you that stop me and tell me how you're listening, and you message me or tell me when we're somewhere doing something else like playing pickleball and you say, hey, I've been listening to your videos. It really means a lot to me. I really truly appreciate it, and I appreciate you. Thank you so much.